So the Xbox 360 is one of the greatest consoles ever made. It has so many great games, an unbelievable library, and a lot of games that are exclusive to the console itself. In today's video, I'm going to share with you my thoughts and recommendations on a few games that I think you should consider picking up if you're new to Xbox 360 collecting, or just looking to expand your existing collection a little bit more. Let's go ahead and take a look. So a game that's exclusive to the Xbox 360 and has not been ported over to any other console or PC. Blue Dragon. So this one specifically is special because the artwork and design, it's from Akira Toriyama, who is the creator of the Dragon Ball Z series and some other popular manga series as well. Now, specifically here, this is known as being one of the best JRPGs on the console, and there's a good reason for it. The artwork is phenomenal, the gameplay is outstanding, the musical score is great. It's got so much to love about this game. So admittedly, I haven't yet completed this, I can't really tell you how it ends, but the people that I know who have played this really, really enjoy it. And as I mentioned, it is still exclusive to the Xbox 360. There's nowhere else you can play this game. And to my knowledge, there are no plans to port this over to any of the main consoles either. So if you're a fan of JRPGs or Akira Toriyama's artwork in general, definitely consider checking out and picking up Blue Dragon for the Xbox 360. I don't think you'll be disappointed. Now here's a game that's still on consoles, it's native to Xbox 360, but it has received a Windows port as well. This is Condemned: Criminal Origin. This one's interesting because in it you play as an FBI detective. He's kind of had a string of bad luck in terms of solving cases. A lot of cases he's been working on recently have gone cold. So he's assigned to hunt and track down a serial killer. And while he's doing this, he's going through abandoned buildings, underground sewers, all sorts of creepy and eerie settings, trailing this person. And there's all sorts of weird occult type of individuals as well that are around. So you're trying to figure out are you running into the serial killer while you're out meeting these random people on the streets, or is there something greater at work behind the scenes here? This game, it's got a really creepy and eerie vibe to it. It did a good job sucking me in. It's especially a great one to play the month of October if you get into more of Halloween themed and Halloween-esque sort of games. But yeah, I know they made a sequel to this, Condemned Origins 2. I've not played that one, and admittedly I haven't finished this one either, but it's a great game still. If you want to play it on console, Xbox 360 is the only place you can find it. Here's a game that's notorious for its difficulty. This is Ninja Gaiden 2. So once again, it's got the only on Xbox exclusive stamp up top. This game, brutally difficult. However, it is one of the situations where if you play enough, you can get good and learn the gameplay mechanics. It's balanced, it's fair. It's not one of those games that's just difficult for the sake of being difficult. It does reward you for your perseverance. Now that said, graphically, outstanding, beautiful type of game. It plays similar to kind of a Tenchu Stealth Assassins in terms of the stealth aspect you can play with your ninjutsu. Then you can get down into the straight up hack and slash ninja style battles as well, which is pretty cool too. So it definitely rewards you if you want to take more of the stealthy route, but if you get good at the mechanics and you learn how to work your combat, which inevitably you're going to have to fight these people with combat anyway, but there are ways to kind of get good at getting your combat moves in too. So once again, this is still exclusive to Xbox 360. I'm not aware of any other way you can play this game. So that's the theme you're going to see here, right? I mean, especially when you're trying to collect for a console, I'm recommending games that are still native to the console. And I can tell you about a Madden 2010 game, you can get that on any console out there. Because it's Xbox 360, I want to focus on games that you can only get right here and only play right here. This is a compilation disc that I love. This is called the Triple Pack Collection. So specifically, you have Trials HD, which is an outstanding physics simulator. Basically, you're on a motorcycle, you're going up and down tracks and hills, you're trying to get your landings just right, trying to go too fast, too slow, and you're rewarded for completing the level in a certain amount of time, or under the time limit. Outstanding game. I'm not aware of anywhere else you can play this. There's also Limbo on here, which I believe Limbo has been ported over to other systems, PlayStation, probably Nintendo Switch as well. Really fun 2D sort of game, very creepy, very eerie. Hadn't gotten too far into Limbo because the game kind of crashed out on me, but or I got somewhere, I just got stuck and couldn't really figure out what to do. I think that's what it was actually. But outstanding game, I plan on getting back into that. And then Splosion Man. This one is awesome. So basically you're some dude that's like combustible. He's a big ball of fire and energy. And you're supposed to make yourself explode, hence Splosion Man, to kind of bounce off walls or bounce to other parts of the level. And then use that to like complete course objectives and kind of go through the game that way. Really interesting concept. I know for the longest time, Splosion Man was a online like Xbox Live or Xbox Arcade exclusive. In terms of a physical copy, this is the only way to get Splosion Man. And I believe it might be the only way to get Trials HD as well. Or maybe Trials HD actually came out in a double feature too. I can't really remember. But Splosion Man, that's the only way you can get this game physically. Next up, I am a huge fan of the Sega Dreamcast, so it goes without saying I had to pick up the Dreamcast Collection. Now admittedly, if you do own a Sega Dreamcast, you can go buy these games. Specifically, Sega Bass Fishing, Sonic Adventure, Space Channel 5 Part 2, and Crazy Taxi. However, why shell out all the money for the console and 4 different games? You get them all right here in one pack. I want to say I paid $50 for this. You might be able to find it cheaper depending on what your local game store has or if you hunt for deals on eBay. This compilation, however, this is my preferred way to play a game like Crazy Taxi or Sonic Adventure. Crazy Taxi with that Offspring soundtrack, still such a rewarding, fun experience to this day, and I can't wait for whatever the remake has in store for us in the future for this franchise and this game in particular. Outstanding game. Sega Bass Fishing, for what it's worth, that's really fun to play too. It's nice to just chill out and like try to catch some fish and like play around with the lures and bobs that you're going to use. Sega Adventure, I'm sorry, Sonic Adventure. I remember this is the game that kind of launched or was released with the launch of the Sega Dreamcast. It has its place here as well. I know a lot of people prefer Sonic Adventure 2 to Sonic Adventure 1. It doesn't really matter to me. It's still fun to play here with an Xbox 360 controller. And then actually, Space Channel 5 Part 2, I've never actually played that game. And I want to say I do own it on the physical copy for the Dreamcast behind me on this shelf. Just one of the games I've never dabbled in. So this will be how I experience that. And I'm just hoping it's not one of those online-only games, because I know for a while that was how you could play it on the Sega Dreamcast, when everyone was hooking up their Ethernet cables and having LAN parties playing games like that. So, awesome blast of the past. As far as I know, you can only buy this compilation disc on the Xbox 360. And then one of the best compilations that came out for the Xbox 360, this is the Orange Box. What makes this so great? You have Half-Life 2, you have Team Fortress 2, and then a little game nobody ever heard of, appearing for the first time ever, Portal. What a great package of games. So here, I gotta admit, I gotta throw the red flag in on myself. I've not played Half-Life 2. I'm currently working through the first Half-Life on PC. I want to say I'm on like chapter 12 of 18 or however many there are. It's one of those games where I just casually pick it up and play, put it down for a few months, come back to it. And part of the fun to me is figuring out what the heck happened in all that time that I've been off and trying to reestablish where I am with the game. I will say I've booted this up for a few minutes just to kind of like check it out. And wow, it looks like a huge step up from Half-Life, the first game. And I'm loving the first game, so I know I'm going to love Half-Life 2, and I know it has a very hardcore following. Team Fortress 2, I remember 2010 or whatever, this was a popular game that a lot of people were playing actively online back in the day. I kind of missed out on that craze, but I'll definitely go back and experience it here and let you know what I think. And then, of course, Portal. So I did a video not too long ago about some of the best games out there that I'd never played before. Portal was one of them. I've since played the game. I've beaten it. Portal is an outstanding an outstanding game. It's really ahead of its time in terms of the game mechanics and what you can do, like shooting a portal into a wall, jumping through it, coming out a different part of the wall, like the gameplay mechanics and everything you can do in solving puzzles with your portal gun. Outstanding game. And such a great value to get 3 awesome games on one compilation disc like this. And another Xbox 360 exclusive, this is beautiful Katamari. So there have been a lot of Katamari games that have come out across a lot of different systems. This one, however, is still an exclusive to the Xbox 360. Now, if you've played a Katamari game before, or Katamari Damacy as it's called in other genres, you're basically a little dude rolling around particles and elements, trying to roll them up into giant balls or land masses. You hand them off to the King of the Cosmos. He ingests them, spits them up into the air, and they become stars or planets or what have you, and you're basically building the cosmos that way. It's quirky, it can be wild at times, some of it doesn't make any sense. It's very Japanese in terms of origin of how the game was developed and how it plays. I don't mean that in a negative way at all, it's got a very Japanese origin to it. It is super fun. I had to pick this up because it's exclusive to Xbox 360. Heck, I think I own every single Katamari game out there, or if I don't, I'm pretty close to owning them all, and I plan on completing the Katamari series across all consoles. But definitely a fun time. I think this game's become a little bit harder to find recently. It's not rare by any sense, but it's definitely become a little bit more uncommon. I found this by chance in a local mom and pop store, so I had to pick it up when I found it. But definitely check this out if you're a fan of the Katamari series and looking for something exclusive to Xbox 360. And then there's this game. So when I first bought an Xbox 360, this is the game I hunted for the longest time. Lost Odyssey. What I mean by this is for a while I just couldn't find it available, either online or in local stores. And then there was a period where the price kind of spiked up. It got to like 60 or 70 bucks at one point. I think ultimately I paid $40 for this. I think you get it for a little bit cheaper these days. But this is a 4-disc JRPG story. So in it, you play as a protagonist who is immortal. There are other characters he's with that are immortal as well, but not everyone in the game is immortal. There's only like a handful of immortal people that are living in the world as we know it among mere mortals. The catch is, these immortals don't have any memories. They have no recollection of anything that's happened before. So it's kind of interesting with this game as you play through it more. It has combat elements kind of similar like a Final Fantasy VII sort of game. There's magic, there's all these influences, there's attacks. But as you play through the game and as you progress, you start to kind of unlock, I think it's journal entries or songs, something like that, but basically things that jog your memory. And as your memory starts to come back, you uncover the truth of what's happening and why you've lived for thousands of years and are immortal. It's a very interesting story. I'm not going to go any further than that and ruin it for you, but I have completed this game. It was an epic adventure. I know a lot of people love this game. I love it. And a lot of people consider this to be one of the greatest RPGs of our time. That might be a little bit of a strong statement because I've played a lot of RPGs. I know some of you watching have as well. I'll let you decide for yourself. I will say, for being an RPG exclusive to Xbox 360, yes, this is one of the best exclusive Xbox 360 games that you can get. Lost Odyssey. If you haven't played it or don't own it, go check it out and get yourself a copy. You won't be disappointed.
Okay, will you listen?
All right already. What do you want?
Okay, so there we have it. Just my recommendations real quick on some games to pick up if you're new to collecting for Xbox 360 or if you're wanting to beef up your current collection. Now when it comes to collecting, I always try to go for the console exclusives first and foremost, because at the end of the day, that's what's going to differentiate the value that you receive, both monetarily, financially, and in terms of your core memory value with the games, with the console. It's from the exclusives. Full disclosure, I didn't bring up Gears of War or Halo because they're getting ported over to PlayStation 5, and it's happening very soon. If not for that, Gears of War would have been right here on this list. Some of the Halo games would have been right here on this list. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know which games you have in your Xbox 360 collection, or which ones you would recommend picking up to someone who's just getting started building an Xbox 360 collection. As always, everyone, thanks so much for watching. Thanks so much for subscribing. Catch you on the next one. Take care.